welcome to the Binge Thinker episode 79. My name is Jamil Raymond. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today. And ladies and gentleworms, let me tell you, it is a fucking good day today. Because over the weekend, I have finally finished Tech Sales OS version 1. Oh my fucking God, it is so good to get this, my beautiful, great work off my back for the time being. I spent all weekend grinding out the little bits and bobs and getting all the little details sorted out because I had a deadline this weekend to get it done, and I did. I got it done. I was probably a smidge late. I did say I think by the Friday, but it was all done Sunday night, yesterday night, and fuck. Oh God, it's good to get that thing done, and it's I might be biased, but it is a work of art, and I am fucking excited, so fucking excited to get this in the hands of people, and just test the waters on it, because. And this episode is just going to be dedicated to me talking about the creation of this course, the next steps. We're pretty much up to date. Maybe we'll talk about it next week, the last bit of my story. But you basically were caught up because the last few episodes of the pod were me just picking things back up after I'd got top 1% and went viral and shit. You should know that I went viral and shit by now. Fucking hell. But yes, oh man. So this course, let me talk to you about it. Oof, baby, is it good. It is 8 hours of video content, over 65 lessons of my top 1% process, end to end. It's lessons on psychology, some of the things that you will never fucking hear on another sales course ever. This thing is not just about sales, it's about life. And, people like yourselves, the good listeners of this podcast, will understand that I've integrated my full self, elements of spirituality, elements of the human experience that fucking tech nerds won't understand because they're robots. Talking about energy, frequency, and vibration, talking about emotions are the center of the human universe, and we need to leverage those to create maximum benefit in others and influence them towards our outcomes. But yes, see, I'm getting in attention already. I'm so fucking keen. So yes, I've got soft skills in there as well. How do you communicate better as a person? How do you how do you use your tone of voice? How do you use your words more proficiently and make sure you have a more positive leaning language so you are perceived as a positive person? Because you should be. You should be a positive person in sales. It's all about optimism and being a servant leader and helping people solve their problems and helping them solve their problems with technology. That's all I've done my entire career. All right. What else is in there? I've got lessons on business acumen, on years of experience distilled into these videos of how to deal with certain C-level executives, IT managers, CIOs, CTOs, CFOs, COOs, right? All of these execs, all of these bigwigs, which are not really bigwigs. They're just people that have climbed the ladder of their corporate bullshit life. And then, I shouldn't say that, but, people really overestimate what an executive is and what kind of person they are. Are they a smart person? Yes. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of C-levels that are smart people getting by doing life well. But there are a lot of people that climb into executive positions and have nice titles at mid-tier companies and low-tier companies that are fucking morons. And I've dealt with them, right? I have dealt with them. For better or for worse, it's a real thing, okay? Do not let titles fool you. That's one of the lessons of this course. We are all just people trying to figure life out in our own little ways. But yes, back again. I'm so fucking excited, man. To get this thing out of the way. 65 video lessons. Over the weekend, I had to build out... So let me slow this down and talk you through the client experience. If you were a customer, let me walk you through this process, all right? So you sign up for the course. It's going to be $6.99, one off. You can break it into 3 easy repayments, interest-free, because I'm a good guy. Usually, a lot of course creators say you should charge more for a 3-pay option because you're fronting, in air quotes, the customer your course in exchange for some risk because they could, renege on the other payments. You know what, man? Like, if that's the kind of person you are, I don't want you in my fucking course and I'll kick you out. Simple as that. You can't be too precious about this information, because realistically, what kind of fuckwit that would steal a course who's earning, that's in tech sales and, earning decent coin, that wants to get this course, who is stealing a $700 course, is a piece of fucking shit. And you just, you can't necessarily cater for pieces of fucking shit in your client experience. You just got to realize that, oh, well, whatever. Good luck with it, dickhead. Pardon me, just very excited. So yes, that's the course. You get entered immediately into a platform called School, which is an education platform for people like myself, the edutainers, the future of entertaining education. There it is. So within School, you have instant access to the community, which is myself and the 1%. Right? These people that I'm trying to pull in, the vibration that I'm putting out there, is for the aspirational, is for the determined, the ambitious people like myself that know they've got something, want to take themselves to the fucking highest level that they can, and want to figure out how to get there. That's the people that I'm looking for. Right, is that I know what it takes to get to the 1%. I know what it takes to be a fucking hard motherfucker and put your head down, do the work smarter, not harder. And I can sense who those people are pretty quickly. Even in the cohort that I had, who I did the test cohort of the proof of concept with, I could tell out of those 20 to 22 people who I got, who is 1% material, because they're the ones that stuck it through. They're the ones that showed the fuck up. They're the ones that asked questions and leaned in and recognized the opportunity for what it was. And yeah, it's really the 1% a test of character. And the skills that I give you in the course are the bricks that shape around your character to success and to accelerate your progression and development. But those inequalities of determination, of humility, of being coachable, of showing the fuck up and doing the work, I can't teach that, right? And that's what I say to all of my students. I can't teach you will, right? If you've got the will, then I've got the skill. Simple as that. You need to be willing, and I will shape you. You come to me and I will give you my time and energy and my resources to make you a fucking champion. That's one of the concepts around Tech Sales Academies with the 1% Club especially, which is my private coaching, is that if you've got the determination, let's fucking go to the races, baby. I want to create some champions. Right? I want to create some little me's, create more leaders, right? That's an essential tenet of leadership, is to create more leaders, not to hold people down and, disempower them. One of the philosophies around this course is empowerment, is for me to be at the top of the mountain of where I am and pull people up to the next level with me. Right? This is how we get together. This is how we connect. This is how we grow as a collective, as a society, is to pull each other up. And yeah, that's really fucking exciting, is to see when this gets out there in a few days' time, when I put the call out there, when I put the signal out there of who is out there, what will be attracted to the vibration, and how can we make those people great? That's what I'm really fucking excited for, is to, I've planted a shitload of seeds, or I'm planting seeds in people, in mindset and skills and capabilities, and then really getting to nurture that and seeing what comes as a result. It's going to be fucking wild, man. I am so goddamn excited by this. Like, so excited. Anyway, I get distracted again. So there's the course, right? 8 hours of content, videos, and it's just going to get better. That course is going to be 15, 20 hours, I can tell. And not immediately, but over a couple of years, because it's going to be I want this to be the central repository for all tech sales information that's worth it. I want to be the number one technology sales educator on the planet. Simple and direct. And it's so funny that I say that so casually and directly now, because I'll tell you what, 24 hours ago, when I'm sweating through the last bits of this course, and I'm just, grating my nervous system and pushing through exhaustion just to get this fucking thing done, I can barely think about how well this is going to turn out. I'm just like, oh God, what if people are going to fucking hate this? And, what if this goes all completely wrong? And what if nobody really appreciates it? And I'm just like, you're under duress, my man. You've just got to keep pushing. Your mind is, you're in the eye of the storm. You're in the winds. You're in the storm. Just fucking relax. Do the work. Now that I've had a pretty relaxed day today, took it fairly easy. Still got some bits and bobs to do. I can look forward to the abundance, right? Because I'm not under duress, I'm not stressed, I'm not freaking out. Now I can go, all right, I have to do a few more steps before I can get out there and just enjoy the fruits of my labor. It's been a proper turnaround. But again, back to the course. 65 lessons. So I've created this. Most of the weekend was spent building out a gigantic operations manual. So it's about 90 pages of the course. So essentially what I've done is, because I don't expect people to watch the videos all the time, right? So I want people to still learn this shit. So what I've done is I've taken, basically just copied and pasted most of the notes, reshaped them a little bit, the slides from the course, and put them into a Google Doc, into a Word doc, whatever you want to call it. So if you have a question if you ever thought about, I've got a meeting with a CTO, what do they want to hear about professionally? You can go to my course and you can go to the stakeholders and business units part, and you can go, CIOs and CTOs want to hear about this, for example. And this is where we add value to them. So it's about accessibility of this data. Take things a step back. The first thing that you get when you join Tech Sales OS and Tech Sales Academy is you get a knowledge base. And this is basically a web page, a private web page that has access to the course, the materials, some bonus content. So then you can just basically get the most up-to-date information, bonus content I've got in one place. So then you've got the jargon buster, and then you've got your, you've got your operations manual, and you've got a bunch of templates. We haven't even talked about those yet. So it's just a simple, nice interface to, for version control, which is useful for me because then I know exactly what I'm putting out, and I know what the exact experience that I'm trying to curate for these customers, which is something that I teach in the course, is to create a standard operating procedure to create controls in your environment for your customers in the world of customer service, so you know what all the details and little bits and bobs are around the systems to make sure you can curate that experience so they have a seamless customer experience, a frictionless sales experience, as I say many times in that course. So by doing so, having that single page, right, you've got the course information, you've got the resources, and I'll just keep pumping that full of information and cool shit to, again, just keep delivering significant value for the price. Like, it's going to be it's already huge fucking value for the price. The fact that this thing is $6.99 and is 8 hours worth of videos. Most courses, most high ticket courses, which is anything over $250, are only like 3 or 4 hours max. And I've given you 8 and I'm still not done. So, and then plus 96 cheat sheets and templates, plus weekly Q&As, so you can come and talk to me on Zoom live, ask me any questions that you've got. Man, like, this thing is crammed full of value for $699. I know it is, and I know that I'm putting it in for fucking cheap, but once I get some numbers on the board, right, once someone makes 100K and goes, Jamil, thank you so much, I can say that you have added $100,000 to my income, which will happen, which 100% will happen, by the way. I am banking on it. I am going to jack the price up of this course up to maybe $2,000 or $5,000 because 100x ROI is insane. And it's more than 100x ROI, but that's what I've built this for, is that realistically, if you are early in career, I could easily add 100K to your income through this course. And if you're really smart, you would take up the coaching and then I build the system into you faster, and you get a 10x return in your first or second year, and then you compound that for the rest of your life, because then you go into bigger roles, you earn more money, you overachieve, you make more commissions, and you go, fuck, this is the best investment that I've ever made in my life. And that's one of my aims with this course, legitimately, is to create one of the best investments in your life. And I'm saying that this will be the best investment in your technology sales career, period. Fucking period, right? That's the aim. That's the mission now. Okay? I know it's early days and I'm ambitious as fuck, but let's fucking go, baby. Let's go. I've been working on this course, grinding it out for 3 months now. You know, haven't taken more than a full day off, I don't think. Maybe, I don't think I've taken more than 2 days off in 3 months plus, right? My life does not exist outside pretty much the 4 walls of my house. I'm okay with that. I am looking forward to becoming a human being again and popping my head out. Something as simple today as going to Bunnings, right, and going to a hardware store to get some light globes, because the light bulb in my bathroom has been broken and just died for like 2 or 3 days now. And I was like, fuck it, I don't care. Let me finish the course first. I could just open the door or turn on another light to get some light in while I shower and brush my teeth. I've got shit to do. So even these little life things are getting in the way. So we're getting in the way, and I've just dismissed everything as much as I could. My worm farm, oh my God, my poor worms, they're all fucking dead. I mean, they weren't doing anything really, because I haven't really had many vegetables to feed them and shit, but how the fuck do you kill a worm farm? How shit of a human being do you have to be to kill worms? And I know that I've killed a bunch of them. There's still some of them alive in there, and I've topped them up a little bit, the poor bastards. But God, I feel like a piece of shit. I've just let a bunch of worms die. Just not having the time or just having the mental headspace and bandwidth to focus. You know, I've just got to breathe out a little bit. I've barely seen my family, barely seen friends. And then now I'm looking down the barrel of aiming to be out of here by June, July at the very latest, to avoid a winter and, live life in the sun and just not be part of this depressing Melbourne winter. So things are going to move pretty fucking fast from here, man. It's going to be a warp speed change for me, I think. Because, man, I can't even believe already it's the last week of March. Like, where the fuck has this year gone, man? Where the fuck has this year gone? It's insane. And then, I'm going to Sydney on Thursday, and I don't feel ready at all, even though it's I'm just going there for a couple of days. I stupidly booked this trip during Easter long weekend. Very dumb idea. Not that it's a big deal. I'm just going to be a tourist and faff around for a bit. Just go to Bondi, go to the icebergs, chill out if I can do that. And then I might even come home early on the Sunday because the footy's on. And God, my Swans are fucking crushing it right now. We're doing so well. And I thought, great, I'll go watch Sydney play football in Sydney, and they're not there. They're in Melbourne playing the Tigers, and my flight is exactly during that time. And I'm like, fuck, I want to go watch some live footy whilst I still have the chance. So that's probably on the to-do list, is to change my Jetstar flight and just cancel it. One of them will the price of cancelling or rebooking a Jetstar flight is basically the same cost as just booking a new flight. It really is. It's kind of fucked. Well, that's what you get. That's what you pay for, right? Is you bet big. No, not bet big. You're betting tiny, but you're betting that you're going to be there, and you don't want any frills of flexibility. That's the payoff. But yeah, so this week I'm in Sydney. Next week I'm in fucking Mexico, dude. I do not feel ready for this trip at all. I got to get a bunch of cash out. I don't need a visa, which is good. I'm doing a mastermind with my coach, Matt, and then I'll be in Chilum for a week, and I haven't booked any tours. Aero Mexico cancelled rebooked me on a different flight out of nowhere, and instead of going to Chilum and sending me to Cancun, which is 3 hours away. How do you what kind of logic is that? oh, man, you can't put you to Tulum, so let's go put you 3 hours away, man. Was that racist? Yes, absolutely. Do I care? No. It was not bad. It wasn't a bad Mexican accent. And to be honest, to be fair, rather, everyone thinks I'm Mexican. I went to Tijuana a few years ago and everyone started just speaking Spanish straight up to me. I'm just like, no habla español, señor. Sorry, mate. And they're like, ¿qué? Habla mexicano, chicano, eh? I don't know. That's what they said, but that's what I heard. But yeah, man. And then, yeah, I've also got to start my lecture series with those VC funds, which is, well, so I get to do some live lectures, which would be a lot of fun. Man, yeah, life is moving fast. Life is moving really fucking fast. I don't even know where I'm going next, to be quite honest. I'm thinking about going to the Philippines and then maybe I could spend some time in Thailand or Bali or something like that. I'm thinking Phuket. I'll be honest, and one of the main reasons is it's a Southeast Asian country that's cheap. I know it well, and weed's legal there. That's like, if I went to Bali, it's not legal there. And Bali seems nice, but the Philippines, definitely not legal there. And yeah, I just don't want to deal with that mess for a little bit. And not that I'm going to be some fucking, pothead 420, what's up, even though I kind of am. But I just don't want to deal with that headache. I don't want to deal with that part of my life just being like, and I'm ending up in a fucking third world country jail. I'm too cute for that. Would I be a bottom? No. I'm stronger than the average Thai person. Maybe not Thai, maybe Filipino. I could beat up most Filipinos, I think. We are a wiry, powerful people. Our power to weight ratio of Filipinos, quite high. We're small, but we're dense and quick. I mean, I'm not dense. I'm dense, but I'm not quick. I'm a stocky boy. But, like people like Manny Pacquiao, champion boxer. Like, he's like a little piston. So yeah. Yeah, would I survive in jail? Look, if minus the shower raping stuff, I think I'd do all right in jail. I'd talk shit, I'd clench my butt cheeks all the time, and the routine wouldn't be that bad. Like, I've thought about this before, I'm sure most men have, is that if I went to jail, I would be like one of those, it depends on what I went to jail for. But on the presumption that I was wrongfully accused, I would be one of those reformists. There's like, you're in jail, but you're fucking jacked. You're reading books. Maybe I've got a fucking, a cross or a rosary or something like that. Become some Nation of Islam dude. I mean, I pretty much am that now on the outside, just with all the luxuries of, being free. But yeah, I don't think jail would be that bad. It's the people would make it bad. The structure, whatever. Right? I'd definitely be one of those guys that'd be getting good behavior or getting a few tip-offs from the other guards, or there'd be some preferential treatment for me for sure. I could talk my way through shit, talk a bit of shit, have a bit of fun. Yeah, it'd be all right. Lower next minute, I'm on fucking a current affair. You see me in like 4 months. I'm the next Chappelle Corby. Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, this is my boogie bag full of weed, all right? This is my boogie board bag full of weed. I told you, have you seen my podcast? I talk about it all the time. It's legal in Australia. Let me go. Oh, goodness. That's not going to happen, folks. But that's why I want to go to Thailand, right? Because then that won't happen. But yeah, man, like the call to be a nomad is there. I want to test myself. There is this throwing myself into the wind and seeing what happens. I know I want to end up in the US eventually. That's where my target market is. I want to float around. I want to float around Southeast Asia for a little bit, bank up some money, then go to Europe. I would say Europe would be actually not a bad thing to do. Float around during the summertime. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Hello. I just thought of that then, because by the time I get the fuck out of here, it'll be summer over there. Go down to maybe Spain, Portugal, some nice Mediterranean stuff. Maybe go to Italy. Oh, put on 15 kilos in pasta. That would be the dream, mate. The fucking dream. But yes, the world is my oyster. On the presumption, it's a presumption until I launch this fucking course, but honestly, guys, I know. I just know. I know this is going to be a huge success, and I won't stop until it is. I won't stop. For example, I was thinking, man, just to make $30K for launch would be great. $30,000 would be amazing. I'd be happy with that. And that's only like 50 courses, but I've already sold like 10. So, with the enormity of the content that I've got coming out and the relationships that I've got, I'm going to go nuclear on social media. The vlog, I saw the final cut of that this morning, looks great. It's a great narrative. I talk about going viral. I've got these beautiful moments with my mum, so for some emotional pull and a nice, great story behind that. So that goes into a website that's looking pretty fucking nice now, and it's high powered. You see all the logos of all the vendors. I've got 6 to 8 vendors that I've sold $1 million worth of tech of. Very few people have that. I'm a 2x top 1% seller. I'll get the testimonials from all of the POC cohort this week. So it'll be full of people that go, this course is the tits, because it is. And then dirt cheap. And then I've got, about 7 or 8 quality pieces of content to fire off, just firing off salvos of quality content and getting engagements. And basically, I talk about the law of reciprocation, which is a fundamental law of the human universe, is that the law of reciprocation is you give and people reciprocate in kind. You go to a restaurant and you get great service from the waiter. And you want to give that person a little extra tip because they've done something for you and you appreciate it. And that emotion is gratitude. And we have this natural balance and this understanding of what gratitude and inclination is. Sorry. So we want to rebalance that and repay in kind. And I know that inherently. So, during this process, I have been banking my law of reciprocation, and I will cash that out with a bunch of people, say, hey, share the content, please. Check out these posts. They're fun. They're entertaining. If you could just share it, like it, expand my reach and get that funnel going as much as I can to get to thousands of people at once on LinkedIn. And then that'll push people through my funnel and that should convert into sales, right? And $30,000 is not that much when I think about it like that, when I've got all of this marketing at the top of the funnel all ready to go. And then what else is there? There's, a bit of dynamite. Oh, well, I'm aiming for 150 course sales, which is $100,000 in US. I think I can get to 150 course sales in this launch campaign. I think I can make that happen. And really, I know I can I think I can make that happen. Let me clarify this. Just through this campaign of video, content, website, cashing in on people, doing me favors, spreading the word, right? Word of mouth. I think I can pull 150 course sales through that alone. Once I start jumping onto LinkedIn and becoming and selling my own goddamn shit, because I'm a global top 1% seller and I'm selling my own product, I'm going to be fishing with fucking dynamite because I know my customers so well because it's me 7 years ago. I've already made contacts in every major market for people who need this course, and I know they need this course. So when I'm out there, I could fucking DM 50 people a day and convert one of those people. I get one call. Basically, for every genuine sales call I've had so far, I'm at like 80 to 90% conversion. Because again, people get it. They get the vibe, man. The vibe is a tribe. You've got to put yourself out there. And if people resonate, then fucking join the party, mate. Join the tribe. Come be a part of it. Like, the fact that I know that this is going to make someone $100,000, right? I could just speak with pure conviction. I know the effort that I've put into this thing. I've done the fucking work. I have proven for years now that if you do the work, and I do an absurd amount of work, I do what others don't to get what others won't, it'll fucking show up. It'll show up. And, you know, it's just taking it to this new level of my own thing in unfamiliar territory, which gives me just a little bit of doubt and what if. But what I just put together, everything that I've worked to get to this point, I'm like, this is going to get fucking big, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking big. I can feel it in my goddamn soul. Whew, man. Yeah, exciting times. What's next? Back to the course. God damn it. Yes, you get the course and there's the experience, right? And then Q&A sessions every week. I'm in there talking to people like I'm talking to you right now. I don't want to be anyone else except me in my community, right? I want to be a shit-talking, big-hearted, helpful, nurturing individual. You're going to get the light and the shadow. Am I going to be talking shit? Am I going to be a little bit edgy? Of course I am. It's me. It's who I am. But do I have an immense capability to develop talent and nurture people and understand how to get the best out of them? Absolutely too. And that's what I'm really excited about, is to give people all these and aha moments that I've done for years now, and just put that into a concentrated place and really just focus on my innate ability to do that really well. That's exciting as fuck, man. Exciting as fuck. So yeah, there's the Q&A sessions, and then I'll have the private coaching cohort as well. I might set that up in a few months, and just, you know, get a feel for the course first, because I think it'll make me enough money. Because again, like I said, if I sell one of these courses a day, I'm set. I'm good for life, mate. I could make one of these, if I made sold one of these courses every single day, especially when it gets to $1,000, mate, that's way over $30,000 a month US, more than that Australian. I'm fucking laughing, mate. The costs on this business are fuck all. I'm the biggest expense in this business is my lifestyle right now. And my lifestyle costs about $7,000 Australian per month. That includes rent, that includes end-to-end everything, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really a lot. And that's for me to live a comfortable lifestyle. That's for me to have fucking steaks every day because I need to, because I'm a big beefy boy, pay rent, basically do whatever I want and not feel like I'm under any financial pressure. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. So yeah, the sky's the limit, and I just got to think about what's next. What is this great new unknown, and where is it going to take me? Where is it going to take me? And it's exciting, man. It's scary, exciting. It's going to be a fucking trip, a real fucking trip. Oof, 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 oof. Yes. So where was I going with this? Again, just caught up in the energy, man. Just really fucking caught up in it. Shit, I really lost my train of thought here. Course, have I talked about it? The weekly Q&A sessions, the coaching. Yeah, I've thought about, now I'm thinking about taking it global, of course. My main market is the US, for sure. They're 15 times bigger than Australia, and Americans love money. I like money too, but Americans love money. And the UK, that'll be a major market. Anywhere that speaks English and wants to make big dollars, I'm your boy, right? I'm your fucking boy. Here's something I'll talk to you about is what next? Yes, I've got to be traveling around and going around and doing shit for sure. But one of the things I was thinking about yesterday is like, how much actual work is my life going to be now? Like, it's not 8 hours of work a day that I could do 8 hours of work a day on this course and just but I'm like, I don't want to. I think what I'm going to do is flip the script a little bit and aim to work about 2 to 3 hours a day and just delegate and outsource things as much as I can. And I'm just going to because all I really have to do now that I've got a product at the bottom of the funnel and the middle of the funnel is pretty much done, which is the website, all I've really got to do is generate more leads, top of the funnel, and then nurture them through the funnel. And there's a product at the bottom, and I service them at the bottom through the coaching or the Q&A sessions. So realistically, I only need to do probably 2 hours of work building a community, building my network, engaging on LinkedIn, building my social reach to expand the funnel. And then I got to spend a few hours a week to maintain the course, update the content, I do want to update all the videos over time, for sure. And then I've got 2 hours, 2.5 hours a week doing Q&A sessions. And that seems like it's just going to be fun because I'll be just talking shit with people that want to hang out, which seems like a lot of fun. And I've got to write a newsletter as well. But the newsletter is pretty easy because it's basically just, the newsletter is just a lesson from the course every week for free. And there's 65 lessons in the course. So I could just literally just every week, just take a lesson, take the notes out, rejig them around, chuck them in the newsletter. It's valuable shit. It's all real. I add a story. I add some background to it, add some context. And then I'm still also, the newsletter is actually twice a week at the moment because I've got the performance system, which I'll keep. I like writing about this performance stuff and the mental health stuff as well because, interestingly, here's an interesting point. So I've only done like 2 or 3 weeks of splitting the newsletter into 2. So on a Sunday, you get a free tech sales lesson. And then on a Wednesday, you get one of my performance systems. I talk to, diet, exercise, mental health, one of my systems every week. And I didn't know I thought if I split this in half, there'd be a significant drop off of people that read the performance system as much as the tech sales tip. But realistically, because I can see the open rate of the newsletter, it's about on par. People are hanging around. But what I did find really interesting is that, what was it? Yeah. So last week's version was about trauma. And, it's a big, heavy topic, trauma, but everyone's got it. And I talked about, I want to be open. I talked about psychedelic therapies. I talked about me being on medical marijuana to help manage my traumas and anxiety, and I'm getting better at it. But yeah, I lost like 4 or 5 newsletter subscribers, and I've only got about 285 to begin with. So I was like, what about the trauma part? Are people getting triggered? Are people being like, oh, this guy's a fucking druggie or something like that? Not that I care, really, but I'm just curious. It's like, I don't care if I've stopped caring. Like, you're coming to me for help. You're interested in what I have to say. So if you're not interested in what I have to say, then you go. And that's fine, mate. That's completely fine. Just like this podcast, right? It's like you can come and go as you please. If you don't like what I'm saying, you fuck off ski. But in this space, in these 4 walls between you and me, dear listener, I'm going to be me and I'm going to be straight up with you. So, and I'll be honest, that's an empowering move for me. And I'm growing into that empowerment of just being like, I'm going to put myself earnestly on the internet. I don't really promote this podcast much, and I will soon, again, because I think it'll be a natural extension of the brand. But like just having this little space for me to talk about who I am earnestly to people that give a shit, which I really appreciate. You beautiful person on the other side of listening to this. I appreciate it. This is what builds that tank of me going, I don't want to be fucking normal, right? I don't want to be a fucking face in the crowd. I am very comfortable now being an outsider because I have gotten outlier and outsider results in my life now from doing deep, weird shit that people find maybe challenging or controversial. But life is fucking good. I've never felt better. Even in the wars of what I'm doing, I've never felt better. And, just like Dr. Gabor Mate's book, The Myth of Normal. Normal is a myth. Normal society is a bunch of people living in repressive cultures in the East and the West, right? In repressive cultures built on shame and control that have evolved from, a caste system, a peasantry system, right? The more I think about history and I think about like the dumb shit, think about like Elizabethan and Victorian era history in the Brits, in the UK. Like, we just thought it was okay to wear fucking wigs and weird white fucking makeup and those big frilly things. Like, we thought this was high society, was to look like a fucking goanna and put lead in our hats, right? Like, it's about time that we realize that we are the smartest we've ever been, and all of our predecessors, yes, we've gotten some amazing miracles, but a lot of them are fucking idiots that were doing dumb shit, and we are constantly... as we evolve, we're looking back and going, ooh, fuck, that was a real dumb idea. Ooh, fuck, making pipes out of lead was a bad idea. Ooh, fuck, making walls out of asbestos was a bad idea. Ooh, fuck, cigarettes are actually really shit for you. Ooh, fuck, alcohol is just poisoning your liver and is not good for you at all. And now we're going to go, ooh, fuck, being on a mobile phone and leaving our kids in front of devices, being surrounded by all these colors and all these fast movements that are tricking the eye and manipulating the brain in a digital way that it's not used to, because children are such intense learning machines and they're being subjected to this digital world. Ooh, fuck, they've all got ADHD and anxiety and depression, right? And I was one of them. I was one of the first generations that encountered that shit because I was raised in front of a screen too. I was one of the first. From having my first tower PC at 2 to 3 years old, my first console at 5 years old, a Sega Mega Drive, to then being raised in every generation, like the console generation. I had a Sega Mega Drive, to an N64, to a PS1, to a PS2, to then PC. I wasted my fucking life in front of a screen. I wasted my youth in front of a goddamn screen. So, I mean, I'm surprised that I don't have ADHD, and I probably do, be realistic in some way or form. I definitely do. I mean, think of how many times I've gone on tangents in this fucking podcast straight away, right? So, there's just, we are evolving, we are changing. Shit's moving fast, moving forward. I don't even know where I was going with that. I just got caught up in the passion. The opinion had me. I didn't have an opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But that's a pretty constant here on this podcast, isn't it? Fuck. Whew. So looking forward to being a human being again. I was like, so yeah, to go back to minimizing my actual work. Is that I got to remember that I'm working to live now, right? All I really need to do is make sure that I've got a solid community that I'm looking after, that, money's in the bank. That's easy. Creating value is easy for me. Selling things is easy for me. That is not the challenge. So I know how to create value. Are my people happy? Are they happy? Great. Then I'm good. And how many hours a week does that take? Maybe 15 to 20 hours a week. Right? Maybe less. I don't know yet. But as now I want to be creative. And now I want to create, and I'm really enjoying, I've really gotten to enjoy creating content and getting into the art form of it a bit more and being a bit more expressive. And, I'm less self-conscious on camera. I've just got plenty of ideas. I want to be an advertiser. I want to create fun ads for Tech Sales Academy. And not because I need not a point of differentiation, it will be, but I just like the idea of creating ads. I originally got into marketing and sales because I wanted to be an advertiser. I wanted to create ads and create funny clips and funny videos and, funny ads, interesting ads for products. I don't know why, but it's just something that I've been really interested in. So I've got heaps of design ideas for ads and content ideas. And yeah, if I can just have the space to be creative, I said I wanted to become a musician again. I want to be this multi-dimensional creative individual that I know I am. And all of my creative energy has been poured into the course, which is creative. It's a form of art, but it's not It's one form, and I want to expand that palette a little bit more. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to, is to expand the palette of my creativity, and just create new and interesting shit, help people see the world, and, just be of service to this wonderful existence that we live in until I'm dead, basically. It's like, it's just, how can I keep creating and being a net positive force in the world? That's the big question that I'll be answering through my life actions from here on in until, a change of direction comes, perhaps, and maybe my priorities change when I have children or something like that. And that's what I've talked about in this podcast before. I've got to think about settling down and having a family in a few years' time. Not now, not yet. But maybe getting a partner again, getting a girlfriend. And because I'll tell you what, and here's some fucking deep shit, is like my biggest test for me, one of my biggest tests will be being in a committed relationship with someone. That'll be one of my biggest tests as an individual. That and fatherhood, for sure. Those are really the only two big tests that I've got left in life, is because I know that I can create a good, honest living. That'll be proven in a couple of weeks' time, that I know how to create wealth and business and commerce. I already have proven it, but I'm creating for myself. And then I'm being like, fuck everyone, I'm doing this for me, right? But I was talking to my therapist the last time I saw her, is that for me, love is dangerous, man. Love is dangerous. And what do I mean by that? My not so great childhood meant that I've had very little emotional safety in my life, and my hyper independence and my hyper vigilance and my empathetic ability to really feel people out and be a real good people person is from a traumatic childhood of having to be emotionally aware of my parents and how fucking chaotic they are, so prone to explosive arguments and ridiculous shit. That's to then be carrying that trauma into a relationship, into codependency and a very unhealthy relationship with my ex, and not knowing what that was for years, for a decade. I'm living in codependency, really bad attachment, and still a dysregulated nervous system. And even now, I'll be straight up, when I go on dates, it's been a while since I've been on a date, but my body still feels that anxiety of women mean turmoil. They mean conflict. They mean no peace. And I know that that's an irrational fear, but that has been ingrained into me for, let's call it, the better part of 25 years. Right? From as young as I can remember to then becoming an adult and spending the majority of my adult life, my entire 20s, with someone, reinforcing that dysregulation of emotion and nervous system. And it's not my ex's fault. I'm not saying she's to blame for this at all. This unknowing, this complete lack of knowing of my internal state, that is the world. Right? That's the revelations that I've had in this transformation, is to go that there are so many people that are living in a state of disease and mental anguish and distress that they are so comfortable with that they don't even know it's a part of who they think it's a part of them, and they think there's something wrong with them. But no, this is society. This is us not being aware and increasingly conscious of our inner beings and focusing on the external outside world. Right? Because our egos, they don't want to be confronted. So we focus on the external world. And we focus, that's what the ego does. It goes, don't look in here. You're fine. All right? Everything's fine in here. It's somebody else's fault that, you feel inadequate. Or it's somebody else's fault for this. Right? And that's what society is waking up to. And that's probably, to go back to that point of going, oh fuck, and all that expanding consciousness, is that we are waking the fuck up. I know I have, right? But I think collectively we are waking the fuck up. and it's a good thing, but there is so much challenge and conflict that's going to come between now and that next level of human consciousness evolution and expanding and becoming more holistic, integrated people. There's a guy that I follow called Greg Eisenberg, very interesting cat, who is invested in, like, you know, I'm looking at what's the future of business and what are the next trends that are going to come in. And I'm already part of the next trend, which is the solo entrepreneurial edutainment space. So I'm early to that. I'm relatively early to that next wave, which is great because that means in the macro of the next decade plus, I should be a category king, all going well. But he goes, he had some really interesting posts about what else do we think is going to happen in the future of society. And I think he said one of the biggest markets and the biggest emerging markets will be digital detoxes and connected experiences, right? Is that we've gone through this mass digitization, which peaked during the pandemic, when we had nothing but devices to look at. We're starting to really recognize that being stuck on these dopamine traps all day is not good for us. And it's, really bad for our mental health, and I can attest to that. And people have had enough. And, the human experience is becoming extremely valuable. We want to feel genuine connection. We want to feel like humans in this increasingly digitized world. And yeah, I think that's the pendulum switching back in some way, right? We went from digitization to humanitization that might come back for a bit, but then it's going to swing back again once AI or robotics or something else comes through that's going to, take a chunk of the population with it. And, I'm not against it. I'm not against the digitization. I think that technology and what we're creating is an evolution, right? Is that we are a link in the chain of evolution, and we need to embrace that. I actually saw a couple of days ago the first real use case of Neuralink, which is Elon Musk's mental chip implant to use the human mind we got a mind computer link. And this guy that was a quadriplegic from the neck down, couldn't do anything from the neck down, couldn't feel anything from the neck down, was playing chess with his mind. And I thought that was fucking cool. And people might think that's scary. And there is a certain amount of fear to it, don't get me wrong. But the fact that we are already seeing that happen in our lifetimes, imagine what it's going to be in like 10 years with this exponential growth of compute, AI, and the future ahead. It's going to be fucking wild. And, that's a future that I'm going to embrace in some ways. I already call myself a techno hippie, right? I'm a technologist. I love technology. I'm surrounded by it. I'm surrounded by devices all the time, but I am a bit of a hippie. And, I want to be grounded and connected to the earth. And I want to embrace the natural world a bit more. And, I'm a very spiritual person. So I think that's what the future is going to look. We're going to look like these cool techno hippie monkeys, I think, a lot of us, which would be pretty sweet. Can't deny it. Can't deny it. I do need to get the fuck out of Melbourne, or not out of Melbourne, but I probably need to go do another psychedelic check-in because I haven't done one of those. I'm overdue from January to do one. And go just rent an Airbnb in the woods somewhere. Chill the fuck out for a couple of days and you reconnect with nature, because I've just been in Footscray for, months now, 6+ months, just grinding away, doing the work. But then, hey, in a couple of months, I could be in beautiful Philippines. I could be exploring islands and going diving and, being a tropical boy, which I'm looking forward to being a tropical boy. I've got to find a dry heat tropical, though. I fucking hate humidity. Where I got to look that up. Dry heat tropics. Where are they at? Because I'm meant to be an island boy. I look like an island boy. Everyone thinks I'm from, Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand, some shit. I get it all, mate. I get it all. But, yeah, man. Future's looking bright. I'm fucking excited for this next step. There's another wave of craziness coming in my life, all right, where I've been planting this seed of Tech Sales Academy for, let's call it 2 years, better or worse now. And you know what I'm kind of looking forward to? No, I'm not gonna lie, is that June 30, I would love to know where I'm at June 30 by the end of this year. Because June 30, 3 years ago, it was my last day at Telstra, made redundant. And that was the seed of me going, fuck you, fuck this corporation. I never want to work for the man again. And then and now, it was my last day at Telstra. All right, and I was in tears on my last day at Telstra 3 years ago. And I've got some content to prove it. And, I was on this podcast actually a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, if I've got 100 G's in the bank because I've sold my courses, which I will have sold 150 by then for sure, maybe somewhere in the tropics somewhere, running my own shit, looking after people, looking after my people, fuck. I'll have made it, motherfuckers. I'll have goddamn made it. And it's exciting. And yeah. Whew. I can feel it. I can feel it in my goddamn bones that big things are going to happen. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. And I'm just going to sit back and let the journey take me. All right? Is that, I've said this before, is that I can't tell if I'm the driver or the passenger in my life sometimes. And I've been the driver for some time now by pushing, working hard, building this course, going through the cohort, doing this fucking work, driving, pushing. Because then I know I'll be the passenger and I'll just have to sit back and let this work and this momentum take me to where it needs to be and to what the universe has in store for someone like myself that is in here doing earnest work, honest work, trying to be of service to the universe, trying to do something great. What will the universe bring for me? It's an interesting question that will be answered very soon, my friends. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there. A wild and wonderful episode. I've definitely taken a few tangents. Can you believe I was sober through that entire thing too? I'm just hopped up on fucking optimism. But guys, you already know what to do. TechSales.academy. The website still sucks, but it probably won't by the time this podcast. The website will still suck until a few more days. Get the fucking course. It's there right now. If this hasn't convinced you, I'm not surprised because I went in 700 different directions, but this thing is fucking ready for you if you want it. It is ready to go. It's still $4.98 as I publish this podcast. It probably won't by the end of the week. So if you hear this, hurry the fuck up and go check it out. Just get the course. The website will still suck, but the course behind it will be beautiful. Muy bueno. And then, check out the newsletter. Tech Sales newsletter. URLs always in the pod details, as always. Bingers, as always, thank you for your time and attention. Love yous all. See yous next week. From Sydney, nonetheless. I'm going to do a Sydney episode. Ciao for now.